Hi, Julie Torrance here. So I have out a couple of one-sided 12 by 12s because I need to make some more master boards. So I'm going to start out with blue. I've got a pearl blue from Martha Stewart. This is called Jetstream. Martha Stewart Sterling, so it's a metallic. This is a Jane Davenport. It's old. It doesn't really have a name, or if it does, I don't know what it is, but it is a very dark, almost like a Prussian blue, and it is very, very matte. So it gives a nice different texture. This is just a cheapie that I got from Amazon many years ago, ultramarine acrylic. And it dries kind of like I would say semi-gloss. So these are going to be the two backs, and I'm going to start out with the green one because we're going to be putting the blue on this. Got a couple of paper plates, got some sponges, so let's get started. All right, I want to get some of this ultramarine blue, and what I'm doing this for is, I'm going to see if I can pull this off. Yeah. I need some more gift tags for the holidays. And I realize Christmas isn't everyone's thing. So I'm using blues and silvers because I think that's a nice alternative. Those two colors look very similar, but they're not. In my opinion, they're not. I'm going to stick some of this blue out here. This is the one called Jetstream. I would say it's kind of a baby blue, but it's very pearly, very pearly. And I'm going to be working as dry as I can. Oy, there. This is the one that's called Sterling. It's a silver metallic because we want the sparkle and the shine. All right, I've got some cosmetic sponges that I got from the Dollar Tree. So let's get started. And I'm not even wetting it. I want to work as dry as I can. So this is the Jane Davenport color. Nice and dark. I'm going to add some silver to it. Move it around a little bit. I'm going into the ultramarine blue. See, it is a different color. And it goes on different. So it's going to give us, more than one texture. Back in the silver. I don't care about, getting even, or, you know what I mean? Because this is all going to get cut. So you're not going to see the whole thing. So I'm not worried about what is going to be the whole thing. And I'm trying to stay in frame, but when you're 12 by 12, it can be hard, but we'll do it. I'm going back into the silver. Get some of this shimmer. Ultramarine. I haven't put any of the pearlized yet. Let's get some of that on here. Headed straight into it, using the same sponge because I want it to, kind of be homogenized. They're all blue family. See if we can get up in this corner. Good. And I'm going to go ultramarine. And let's give this a little more of the pearlized blue. Yep. Going back into the matte finish. Yeah, I don't think Jane makes this specific style of paint anymore. She's got a lot of other kinds of paints out there, but this ended up in the bargain bowl because you can't get it anymore. And I love using my bargain bowl acrylics for something like this. I think it's wonderful. I feel like it needs more dark over here. I don't want any of them to just look baby blue. Get the silver. There we go. We're getting there. I'm going to give this a turn. Hopefully not a turn for the worst. Okay, I picked up the last of the silver and the last of the jet stream, I think it's called. The pearlized blue. We just have one corner left. Over there. This is the aquamarine. Let's see if I can scratch up any more of that pearlized. And there. Good. Now, any place that just seems like it could use a little more color or shine, I think we're doing pretty good. Got a little more of this aquamarine. Don't think it would hurt down here. I've got some spaces that are just awfully light. I don't care so much if there's white showing, but yet, why should we? We've got plenty of paint. I'm finishing up the plate, but you know what? I want some more shine. So I'm going to just add a little more of the sterling to my plate. I guess it doesn't matter where I put it, really. There we go. Let's just get a little more shimmer. It does seem definitely like we've got multiple colors, good amount of shine, yeah, right in here. I don't think this will be boring. Okay, great. Now, just gonna stick with this plate. I'm going to take this blue sponge. I'm just going to dunk it in some water that I have, and I'm just rubbing it off on a paper towel. I know you can't see me, but I did this last time with these sponges because I really like the texture of them, and I don't want the acrylic to just ruin it. If it does, then, you know, I will simply cut it, you know, cut the hard acrylic part off. But anyway, okay, there. Now, I've got some 3, and they're all 3 from Ceri the Crafter. I've got these 2 that have leaves. These are stencils. And then I have this mask. This was a Perfectly Imperfect, so I didn't get the name of it, but I know it's one of Ceri's, and I just thought it looks kind of snowflakey, so I thought we would use that. Let's get started with it. So I've got my Liquitex gesso, and I'm going to just put some on my plate. Oh, weak hands today, huh? Here's a dryish spot. Can always add more. And I'll grab a sponge, and let's start decorating this up. Now, I know you can't see the whole thing, but I'll hopefully be moving it around so that you can. All right, I'm going to start in this corner. Just get some of this gesso. Now, the gesso dries more transparent than like a titanium white would ever. And I'm going outside of it because that's kind of how you do a mask. Alrighty. Oh, that looks great. Now, you may see where it's kind of leaked or seeped under, and that's fine. For this application, that's fine. I'm not trying to avoid that. I just want texture and design. Now, of course, where the gesso is going on top of gesso, it'll be even less transparent. That's okay. I want to get all the way to the edges. Edges and the corners, I just sometimes don't do as good of a job as I should with. Let's get a little more here. I'm overlapping. Okay. I'm liking this. Let me know in the comments what you think. It's going pretty fast too. And I put such a thin coat of this paint underneath, and I added like 0 water. So it's drying pretty fast. Yes? What do you think? One more here. And I'm not even adding more gesso this time. This one can be a little more hazy looking. I think that's fine. Good. All right, let's pop some of these leaves on. Now, I believe that Ceri said these are supposed to be, and I mean, not that they don't look like it, but I'm not a horticultural expert, but they're supposed to be rose leaves. And I think he's done a good job in making rose leaves, because that's how they show up in these groups of 5. Oh, that looks nice. Let's put some down here. I'm working on top of some packaging that clothing came in, and I think it looks great. Now, I'm not worrying about matching up. I'm just letting it overlap. Yeah, I like these leaves. I think I'm going to put some leaves just in the middle of some of these snowflakes or whatever they are. Maybe not all of them, but here, there, here, there. Okay, let's get some leaves right in here. I'm not worried about having more leaves on one side of the paper than the other, because again, it's all going to be cut up. So the fact that one looks different than the other when they're getting cut, that's fine with me. So what's on your desk? What have you been working on? Got another one with leaves. Let's put a few of these on. A little bit smaller. I know that these are in his border set. And I will leave a link for PM Artist Studio's website if you want to look for these stencils. They're the best stencils I've ever used, and I've been using stencils for a lot of years. They're robust. They clean up easy. I mean, you can get a few layers of paint on them and then just soak them in some dish detergent, and you can just roll the paint right off. But they're not flimsy. Should I just keep going with leaves? Nah. Answered my own question. I'm going to go back to the snowflakey design. We've got warmer weather. I think if it's not in the 40s, it's in the upper 30s. And all the snow is melted. The ice off of the lake is gone. The ducks and the geese are enjoying the water. So I'm not sure if Michigan's decided that it's winter yet or an extension of fall. But we've got sun today, which is really nice. I live close enough to Lake Michigan that I just don't always get a lot of sun in the winter months, and our days are pretty short right now. By 4 o'clock, I'm turning the lights on. Okay, I've got a few places that I think I'm going to drop a couple of leaves. Just where I see some space. Over here, I'm going to turn this around. See in here, I think this could use a few more leaves. There. Okay, this one is done for now, but it's not finished. So I'll just bring it up a little closer and maybe you can see the shimmer and the different colors. All right, set it aside. And now changing gears. So this is the one with the red on the back. And I'm going to be using the same stencils, but different colors. So I'm going to grab another paper plate here. I'm going to just set this blue one aside because I think that Jessa will be able to use again. Okay, so for this one, I've got Martha Stewart's Pearl, and this is called Fruit Punch. Kind of a pinkish red. Put some of that on. And I'm going to use that same silver. It's called Sterling. And then I've got a Heidi Swap, and the color is just called Red. Now I did another master board with red, but I did not use this red. So I think we'll get a little different shade. And then, just to throw a monkey wrench in, I've got a magenta, and this is just Simply Acrylic by Daler Rowney. Again, I bought it at Tuesday morning, $1.29, and I just keep it in the bargain bin. But it's a pretty thick paint. I wouldn't necessarily call it heavy body, but certainly it's thicker than some of the craft paints. All right, new sponge, and just kind of doing the same thing. I think you can see I'm going to start out with that Heidi Swap red. Good. And I'm going straight in to the Fruit Punch. So that's Pearly. Silver. Let's move my plate a little bit. Now magenta. Oh yeah, that's a different color. But when the magenta lands on top of the Heidi Swap color, I like the color it makes too. I'm going back into the Fruit Punch. Still working real dry. I just don't want to pick up the paper. You know, I don't want to scrub the paper so that it, you know, lifts. All right, let's get some silver. Back to the Heidi Swap. Red. So it's a little before lunchtime. I think it's probably close to 12 noon. So we got a nice amount of natural lighting coming in, which I like to take advantage of that for videos. I'm going to put some silver up in this corner. I'm going to add a little magenta. There we go. Okay. Looking good. I'm going to go back into this magenta. Pretty. These master boards are fun to make. I enjoy it. I hope you enjoy watching me make them. I hope you, even more, I hope you consider trying it yourself. Good. I'm going to give this a turn. All right, I have more paint left over than I did with the blues. I must have been more generous. But there's the end of the Heidi swap. Finished it up. Okay, and magenta, finish this space up. Okay, I've got some spaces that just seem awfully silvery and no color with it. So I want color, love color. I went over the first one with the other pearl paint, which is I'm using it again, Fruit Punch. Use what you have. Like I said, I got these are my craft paints. The pouring paints are just in my craft paint bowl. That's what I call those paints that you pour out of a jar. And the tubes are in my bargain bowl. When I'm at any place that's having clearance spot and they've got some acrylic paints, I often will grab them. And I've gotten Liquitex that way, and that's not a bargain paint. But if it's a color that's just not moving, they'll clear it out. Okay, how are we doing? I'm gonna tip and twirl and see. I've got a very dull space right there. So I'm picking up the remainder of the silver and the remainder of the Fruit Punch and giving that a little go over. Same here with that magenta stream, but I'm really running low on paint and I really don't want to add more. It's looking good. I think I'm going to just go into the magenta and give it another coat and give it a little more punch. It dried a lot pinker than it went down, which is okay, but I've got the leftover paint and I don't mind filling that part in. Okay. Well, I'm not overwhelmed by the amount of shimmer. And that's the paints I've run out of. I'm going into the silver. And I'm just going to dot, dot, dot this silver where I am seeing more dull. And see if we can shine it up. If this doesn't shine it up, then I don't know what will. But it will. Yeah, I like that. Good. Whoa. My sticky fingers deposited some white. That's okay. All right. Good. Looking good. I'm going to grab that blue plate. My blue plate special. And my leftover gesso. And I'm going to start out with the leaves this time. And I'm using that same sponge. I can tell I've got too much. There we go. Cute. Lacy. Yeah. Put one right in the middle of them. Sure. I like that. What do you think? A little bit more? Nice. Good. I think this is going to give it, you know, a little different look than the first one, which is great. These paints are stickier. I'll tell you that right now. The reds. They are more sticky. Good, 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 good. Little bit here. Okay. I'm getting a lot of shimmer and shine, and so that's why I'm pausing a minute, because I have to kind of see what I've done. I'm going to add some more gesso to the plate, and let's get that snowflakey design. I'm sorry I don't know the name of it. I know that it comes in a set of these snowflake-like patterns, these masks, and in one of my orders, I just got the Perfectly Imperfect. And PM Artist Studio has some pretty stringent quality control. So when you're buying your stencils, it's going to be as perfect as humanly possible. But the ones like this one, where I don't even know what's wrong with it, I enjoy using them. There. Okay. Nice. We're getting there, folks. We're definitely getting there. Coming along. Stayed home this weekend. My grandson was sick, and I wasn't so great myself, but we're both better. Yep. Some days are just like that. Yes. These are looking good. Put one more of these on at least. Good, good, good. Now, I'm going to grab the bigger leaves. I just see like a strip that could go right in there. That filled that in nice. Pound, 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 huh? Oh, that's good. And again, I am not going for perfection. Some are lighter, some are darker, some are overlapping, some are on their own, and it's all fine with me. Now these need time to dry. Don't rush it. I promise you, it isn't worth it. And I am not one to use a heat gun on acrylics because you just dry the top and then it has a harder time even curing. So you're better off just to let it dry from the inside out instead of forcing the outside dry. Okay. It seems like right in here we've got quite a big space. Maybe over here. All right, good. Well, I'm going to dunk this white one. And I don't think I did a thing with the pink one. Let's see. No, I did. Maybe the blue one. I did the blue one. I don't know what I've done. Let's just tap this one out a little bit and let's grab our blue one. Now, when we cut these up, won't this be some pretty gift tags? Let me know in the comments what you think. And since you've been here this long, why not go ahead and subscribe? Do you know about 70% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed? Well, today's the day. We're going to be having a giveaway because I'm coming up on 800. I have 800. We're coming up on 1,000 subscribers and we're going to celebrate with some giveaways. So if you want to know what they are, you better subscribe because I'm just leaking a little information out each time. But if we can get to 1,000 by Christmas, that would be marvelous. All right. I look forward to seeing you all in another video. Like, subscribe. Bye now.